Hello everyone! Today I continue to explain to you how to corner with slow speed, but still able to climb this steep and short uphill, finishing with a tight right turn. Let's see! But first, let's go and exercise a little bit slow cornering on the flat. Slow cornering off-road is much more difficult as on the flat tarmac. You must keep attention for the ground changes, ruts, bumps, and you must correct with a fast micro throttle and body actions and reactions. The basic body position is like this. Relaxed but stable to hold the bike close to the neutral standing position. I put a little bit more weight to the rear, so to be sure about the rear traction. I counterbalance every little brake and throttle action by moving my body forward and backward just a second before. For a throttle action, move your body forward, and for the brake action, move your body backward according to the intensity of the action. If you move your body, always move the hip first and follow with the whole body after. Your focus should be far in the corner, continuously searching for the optimal path. Shoulders should be parallel with the handlebar, elbows up. This is the most effective control of the front of the motorbike. Certainly, if you move your upper body with the handlebar, you must put your butt outside to the opposite side of the turning direction. This will help to counterbalance the lean angle of the bike. You should try to turn the handlebar all the way in for more control, but be prepared to correct the balance anytime with it if it's necessary. Take attention that the rear wheel follows on much tighter path than the front wheel. If there is a slippery route, a stone, you should calculate with it. Always prepare forward. It's totally free and it's totally worth it. Here you can see the balancing of the bike lean in. The T7 is super top heavy, so even a bit lean needs a lot of body counterbalance. Especially if you are small for the bike size like I am and put heavy packs on the top of the tank and the rear pannier like I do. Well, silly me. Just like before, the shoulders should follow the handlebar angle. And here's a good view of the rotated body position. The first side balancing movement is the hip again. Move it left or right as needed. Also keep your weight as much possible on the outer foot peg, but consider adding weight to the inner one too if it's needed for balancing the uneven ground. Your primary motorbike contact point is still the knee area. You should grip the bike as much as you can here, saving power for the free movement for the upper body and hands to control the throttle, the brakes, and the clutch lever. And don't rush, this is a lifetime exercise. Take as much time as you need to feel the bike's behavior before you continue to bring it to more difficult terrain. Here the technique is the same as in the cornering. The real acceleration doesn't happen yet. The motorbike is lean in. I just balance with my hip outside. Here you can see much better. The handlebar and the shoulder are parallel and the elbows are high up. Here, when I feel that my rear wheel is finished with this little root bump, I just give the maximum acceleration needed. My body just goes down to give the maximum traction. The motorbike is still cornering, but it's not cornering that sharp if I would go this path. See, then here would be a really sharp turn. In this position, when I'm still outside balancing the cornering, the body position is deep down, I start the acceleration with one finger on the clutch. You need the maximum handlebar control, and if you install the one finger clutch setup for the T7, you are able to do this. The acceleration just goes forward. As you can see, my finger is already straight, so the clutch is released. The maximum traction on the rear wheel is on. My body already started moving forward to balance the acceleration speed forward. My eyes already watching up here and not front of the bike. And yeah, pushing down the foot pegs as much possible for the maximum traction. I felt after the cornering I might need some extra speed here, so I put again down my body position. Yes, the elbow is a little bit down, but this is not a problem because the motorbike already in the straight position. And this is something like the fast start, like the motocross riders just start from the starting machine, you know. This is the most stable position to keep your body on the heavy accelerating motorbike. Here you can see nicely there is an extra throttle, which I prepared with this body movement dump, because from here, with this extra acceleration, I just move my body forward a little bit and more push on the pegs, more traction for the extra acceleration. And here, when the front wheel is already finally up, I just stop the acceleration and start the turning process, obviously. Alright, here is what I see and what I take attention. So this time I just ride on the rightest path next to the grass. Yeah, definitely I could ride through the grass, but this time this is an example, so I just ride here. And yeah, why I don't ride this path? Well, this way the cornering is much optimal, but the run up where you need the biggest acceleration, so not ideal. So here I just focus in this path where the acceleration process is the most critical, because here there is a little step in the route, and when you start accelerate from here, then on the top of the route your wheel will just slide outside if you give here the acceleration too early. Yes, turning in the handlebar, as you can see, one finger on the brake and probably one or two fingers on the clutch just to control the traction. And from this position, I just focus somewhere here in the middle where I'm supposed to arrive on the top. Yeah, here is a little bit balance with the handlebar, because the route I just talked to you before just drops the rear wheel of the motorbike, and when I feel this little hump dump, then I just give the acceleration and the clutch, which you cannot see right here, and put my body weight down. So yeah, here you can see the motorbike front comes up, my body goes down. I just keep my finger as far away from the front brake this time as possible. Yeah, you can see I got one finger on the clutch, as I told before, but it's already fully released, because here the acceleration is the most intensive. Yeah, a little bit more balancing with the handlebar. And this handlebar movement here is not a balancing one, but this is preparing for the arriving up there. Because yeah, you may say there is a right corner, why I don't turn right? Yeah, it's simple, because when you here just pick this path, then then you will lose a lot of possibility to ride all along on the outer side of the corner. And here is the arriving in the corner. This time I was able to keep my front wheel on the ground rolling. My body position is in the neutral position, just preparing for the cornering, which will happen here, the most possible outside, and not here, something like this turn, because with these heavy motorbikes, it's very difficult to turn in the sharp turns. My eyes already watching somewhere here in the corner and not here. You must keep your eyes always as forward as possible in the motorbike moving process. Yes, as you can see here, there is a little bit slope down. So this is why I move my butt a little bit backward, and because there is still a little bit braking process, yeah, I just counterbalance it. My elbow is already up because in the cornering process, the high elbow position is kind of mandatory. Here, the body is prepared for the cornering. My legs are standing on the peg pretty much front. I start the cornering. I just drop my weight down as much as possible to prepare any balance correction with the legs. And yeah, here already I start the slow cornering technique, which I was told you before. The handlebar turn in, shoulder follows, elbows up. Yeah, like this. Here is a little bit bump. The front wheel just goes up there. But here you can see really nicely that I just hold the motorbike with my upper body and balance the leaning left and right with my butt. Yeah, kind of this. Okay, yeah, here is really nice. The motorbike leans in the corner and the body is just on the outside. Yeah, 2 fingers are already on the clutch, because here I need only balance, not too much grip on the handlebars. 1 finger on the front brake, just in any case. And even here, I will not aim coming here and like this in, because yet again, here would be a really sharp turn, which is dangerous. I just follow the most possible outer path of the corner. Yeah, even here, as you could see, I just made the left correction because I was not outside enough. So, yeah, here you can see. Yeah, here. If I would take right at the start, the inner part, the motorbike would be not in this position, but in this position. And imagine standing your motorbike here. Yeah, something like this. Instead of this position. When you're standing here, yeah, imagine here is not a path. You must go anyway here. So when your motorbike stand like this, you are simply not able to turn in here. Maybe if you are Paul Taurus, you can, but otherwise you can't. So here, even if you turn here, the critical turning point of the motorbike would happen right on the edge of the slope, which is also not ideal. So I just let the motorbike a little bit more to the outside, start the sharp turning here. And when my front wheel just goes down, right now, I'm already done with the sharp turning. From this position, I just focus here, because when from this position I just go straight forward down, then already the whole solution is done. it for today. If you have any questions or comment, just write below. I will answer ASAP. And I hope you like this video and hopefully see you next time. Ciao!